Elonia, there's this thing I would like to share with you. And like always, I want you to understand that it might be long because it's very important conversation. It's something that we might not pay attention to, but it's in our everyday life. And the idea is simple. The idea is that proximity is not shared knowledge. And that we are in the same room doesn't mean we are friends. Think about that for a second. Proximity is not equals to shared knowledge. And that we are in the same room doesn't mean we are friends. Maybe even doesn't mean we are partners, doesn't mean we are brothers, doesn't mean we are, etc. And by proximity means that you are close to someone, but it doesn't mean you are sharing their reality. Because you are close to your mom, right? You grew up with her, right? You are close to your dad, you grew up with him all throughout your life. But think about your life right now and think about your dad or your mom. Are you guys 100% alike? You have some opinion, of course. You have some opinion right now that your parents don't believe it or you don't share with your parents. If you're like me, my dad used to be a Muslim. I don't know, the last time I spoke with you, he said, is that Mr. Richard, that Christian? My mom has always been a Christian. I'm in between all of that. And what does it mean? It means that even the people I grew up for the most of my life with, we don't end up sharing with the same reality. And the same way your roommate, your coursemate, your classmate, anybody in your life, think about them. You guys are not sharing the same reality. How do I know? Wait for a second. How do I know? Look at your bank account. I don't know whether you have a GTB or OP account. Whatever it is. How much do you have inside of it? 10,000, 1,000, 5,000. Your roommate, do you guys have the same amount in your bank account? Yeah, your roommate. Do you guys share the same amount in your bank account? Think of that for a second. If you and your roommate don't share the same amount in your bank account, why do you think you are sharing the same reality, the same experience, the same notion about an idea, about a vision? Why do you think your roommates must follow you to build that business? Why are you waiting on your friends before you work out? Why are you waiting on your mentor before you went into your video production, video creator business? Or, this thing is quite out of the world for me. The reason why we expect everyone in the world to think like us, when we don't even share the same amount in the bank account with them. In fact, we don't share the same bank account, NIN, voters card ID with them. We don't even share the same phone. So the fact that you are close with someone doesn't mean you are having their experience. You see? Another thing is this. The fact that we are in the same WhatsApp group doesn't mean you are sharing my experience. I have a camera, I have a production team, right? I have this expensive mic, right? I'm sure 98% of the people in this WhatsApp group don't have it. What does that tell about the fact that if I'm talking about, content creation is simple and why we are far apart in that reality? You see, sometimes when I make content and I tell my team, have you guys check it out? And they say, no, they haven't. And I will re-echo these quotes. That is, proximity is not equal to share knowledge. The fact that we are in the same room doesn't mean we are having the same experience. I just saw a video yesterday that perhaps doesn't reach your own feed. Or I read some part of a chapter of a book 2 days ago and you are not there in my mind. You were not reading the same book with me. So if I'm sharing a knowledge, don't think because we are in the same room, it means you already know what I know. Don't think because you are in the same WhatsApp group, means you already know what I know. Don't think because you are part of E100, every person in the E100 community are having your reality. No. You see, it's the reason why you have to reach out with your message. I always say this to my partner. I say, what is not spoken is not understood. How do you expect me to enter your mind? The fact that we are staying in the same bed, it doesn't mean we are having the same opinion about the subject matter. So maybe we need to talk about it. What do I want you to learn from all of this analogy and examples and insights? I think one thing I want you to learn is that you have to speak more often. You need to talk about the things that matters to you more often. You need to talk about the ideas that are roaming around in your head more often. You need to share your thoughts with the world because the world don't get it. They just don't get it. Nobody will enter your head to know what is going on with you. I think the reason why I believe it is so hard for you to get real value from courses. Yeah, it's so hard for you to get really top-notch value from many courses, not all courses. Because the author, the creator is talking from a different lens from where you are. I think it's the reason why I believe in this clarity course form of coaching where I'll ask you what's your problem and then you tell me and then we explain and I'll tell you, okay, this is what I will do if I'm in your shoe. This is what I believe you should do next. And then we go to that next step. And if it doesn't work, we try another thing. That's why I believe in that form of mentorship and coaching. Proximity is not equal to share knowledge. Being close together. In fact, our account number are very close. Let me shock you with this thing. We have this GT bank account, KitKat Technology, 070 800 6244. Then we have another one, 070 800 6255. Will you believe that one is a USD account and the other is just another account? And they are very close. Almost the same thing. It's just the last two that is different. So the fact that we are close, the fact that we look alike, the fact that we are in the same room doesn't mean we are friends, doesn't mean we have the same experience, doesn't mean we have the same knowledge in our head. So get out of yourself. Get out of your own skin. Get out of your own black world. Stop. Remember what we talk about. Assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. And conclusions without facts is foolishness. It's the same idea. It's very close with this idea, because assuming that people know what is already in your head, assuming that your boyfriend, your husband is going to treat you right without talking about how to treat you right is stupid. It's foolish. Proximity is not equal to shared knowledge. The fact that we have been going out on a date, we spend the most of the hour together, doesn't mean I know what you want. Ask me what you want. Be specific. Be precise. You are in a community, reach out to people. Talk about what, we host this 9 p.m. thing every Saturday and Sunday where we tell people to pitch their business, to talk about what they do, to talk about the kind of investor, the kind of partner they're looking for. Do you know why I'm advocating for that? Do you know why I want people to do that? It's for one reason. Nobody's going to know your problem or going to give you a solution when you don't talk about it. And the same way, nobody is going to give you an answer when you don't ask the right question. Proximity is not equals to shared knowledge. Talk, speak out. Question. Let the fact that we are close in the same WhatsApp group be an advantage to your life. Question. Let the fact that we are in a clarity call session and you have access to book me on a call session, let it mean something. Ask question. The fact that you are sharing the same back rooms with me on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, or we are chatting, or you drop a comment, I drop a comment back, doesn't mean you start having the kind of result I'm having in my life, in my coaching business, in my tech company, or with my team. It doesn't mean. So if you don't take advantage of that, you might be where there's money, inside the room where there's money, and then you will never grab it. Being close to something doesn't mean you have access to it. Your parents or one of your elderly, somebody in your community, name drop somebody, and when they name drop that person, you are shocked that they know somebody like that, and they are not making the best of it. Like, how can you know somebody like that? Are you serious? That shows that the fact that you are close to somebody doesn't mean you are sharing in their reality. If you are close to someone in any capacity, tap into it. And you don't tap into it by keeping quiet. You tap into it by digging, asking questions, by poking your hand. Where can you help me? Where can I help you? What opportunity can we pursue together? So I want you to type this in the group so that it can sink in. Proximity is not equals to shared knowledge. And if you feel what you need to type is proximity is not equals to shared experience, you can type your own. It might be proximity is not equals to shared results. The fact that you are close to the first person doesn't mean you will take the same medal. The first person will take a gold medal, you take a silver. You see how? And it might be just this tiny in the distance. Proximity is not what. So think about your life. What is proximity not equals to in your life? And how can you make proximity equals to the results you are looking for? Let me leave you with that. Let me leave you to ponder and figure out your next step. What are the resources that I'm close to that I'm not exploring? What are the advantages that I have that I'm not taking full advantage of? Where am I lagging behind? What are the things that are close to me that I'm not utilizing? Who are the people? That's another very important. Who are the people that are close to me that I'm not maximizing? What opportunity are right under my watch that I'm not using to its fullest potential? Proximity is not equal to shared experience. And that we are in the same room doesn't mean we are sharing the same vision. Doesn't mean we are sharing the same destination. Doesn't mean we are sharing the same journey. Doesn't mean we are sharing the same future. Also, as normally like to call it destiny. Destiny is destination. I will see you when I see you. I remain Elon Jobs. Stay wonderful.